All right, Rick, Smiley Morning Show. Hey, the time right now is 10 minutes after the hour. We got Dr. T, the vitiligo specialist. So excited to have you on this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. I told you we was going to make this happen.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
When did you meet her, Ricky?
In the same lady that was in the lobby, was talking about vitiligo. Yep.
Yeah, this is my This is my doctor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she walked in. I was like, what are you doing here?
Right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's everything. I always talk about her. I post videos of her and everything. Like I be telling everybody, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brad.
She was sitting here acting nervous. Are you nervous?
No.
Well, I told her she does this every day. I don't.
Right.
She got all these notes in here, Ricky. She know everything about all this stuff all the time. Any questions you ask her, she don't need no notes. That's so funny to me. Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. T.
Hello. Good morning, everyone.
So vitiligo is a non-contagious autoimmune disorder that causes skin to lose color. So a lot of people have this, and they tell us about it.
So you're correct. Vitiligo is a medical condition, and it is non-contagious. That's important for people to know. And it is a condition where people lose the pigmentation in their skin, and it's caused by the destruction of melanocytes, which are the pigment-producing cells in the skin. And the exact causes are still unknown.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I had. I have it as well. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it showed up with I think I took a Z-Pack one time. And I think certain things can trigger it. Is that not true?
Yes.
That's true. So what we've discovered is that there are certain triggers for certain people. For some, that could be stress, physiologic stress, or emotional stress. It could occur after an infection. But really and truly, none of that's been proven. So we have drawn those conclusions mainly from anecdotal data.
Gotcha. And also, along with Dr. T. Rick, we got Natasha, Pierre, who is the founder of the National Vitiligo Bond Foundation. They offer support and help to those who suffer from vitiligo. And I've known you for years. I always see you here at the station. Like, you've been a strong advocate for vitiligo.
Yes, it's very important that we do this kind of work because, people need to be aware what's going on, and there are people out there hurting, so we need to help them, bring the awareness up because it's a stigma involved.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any pain associated with vitiligo other than emotional?
No physical pain, but definitely emotional. It's a spiritual thing, and you have to be strong in your faith to deal with this. Your confidence is in God. So it's important that we help people bring awareness and the stigmatism, because people think that it's leprosy. In today's state, people still think vitiligo is leprosy. So we need to just let them know, hey, it's not leprosy, it's not contagious.
Right. So other than what we already discussed, what are some of the other misconceptions about the disease?
So I think you hit on the number one misconception is that it's a condition that you can catch. And so we've established here that it is not contagious. And it has been historically associated with leprosy because sometimes patients who have leprosy may develop loss of pigmentation as well. So people associate it with a very scary disease.
Right. And then there's leprosy. There is a cure for that. But for vitiligo, there's no cure. There are treatments, but there's no cure.
Now, there has been some people who have actually, wear, the whole vitiligo thing as a badge of honor. You got, what Winnie Harlow's doing out here, in the modeling and fashion industry. Mm-hmm. Have you seen a shift in the people's, energy and perception
towards it,
towards that since then?
Oh, definitely. I think it's making people more courageous in coming out, not wearing any camouflage makeup. But the other thing we need to be concerned about is what's going on inside, because there's also your thyroid's being affected, low vitamin D, and a whole host that Dr. T could talk about.
Yeah,
vitiligo does have some associations with other autoimmune conditions. So,
they gave me this stuff that looked like Vaseline, and it made the pigmentation come back in my skin because I had it in 3 spots in the top of my head and on my wrist, and it just turned like somebody dropped some kind of chemicals on me or something. But the color came back.
But praise God for that.
Exactly.
Is that common? Like, I mean, is there a way to reverse it? Like, you know, like, do you have some people who have it on large portions of their body? Is there a way to reverse it and get the pigmentation back when it's in large areas?
Yes. So there are different treatments for vitiligo. The most common treatments that we begin with usually would be topical medications. So there are topical corticosteroids that are used as the mainstay of treatment.
And it's expensive as hell.
And there is another treatment that's even more expensive
$80
sometimes,
for a
Ricky.
tube?
That is, they call that like an immune modulator topical medication. And those are very helpful. And sometimes patients respond to those medications if the vitiligo is early. So, and if it's affecting the head and neck areas, but it may not respond as readily on other body surface areas. So we do need to rely on other treatments as well. Phototherapy is a long-standing treatment for vitiligo where you actually stand in a light box. And
that blue light.
this light is actually a certain wavelength of the UV light. So it can be UVB or UVA. And now they have a laser that can focally treat very specific spots, so you don't have to irradiate the entire body.
Right. So if anybody need help with this, how can they be reached? I mean, how can they, get in touch with you? Because a lot of people need, counseling, just need a support system, just need to be around and get more information about the
condition.
The condition.
Absolutely. So, my practice is in Atlanta. It's the Atlanta Dermatology and Aesthetics, PC, and we're located at Atlantic Station in Atlanta, Georgia. So, of course, we welcome any patients. I do offer many treatments for vitiligo, and not all practices will have those treatments available. And, of course, we need to talk about the support group.
And it's the National Vitiligo Bond Inc. Foundation, and we're based here in Atlanta, homegrown Georgia. And we are 501c3. We've been advocating for the last 8 years, and I'm happy to say that we actually have a national bill for vitiligo, for an actual official day for vitiligo.
Oh, that's
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Yes.
We're working with Congressman Hank Johnson, and he's already introduced it into Congress. So we do have support on that. So, we could impact the youth in their school because they get bullied really badly, and we need to do something about it.
Right. How can, if anybody want to reach both of you on social media, how can you be reached?
Well, my practice does have a social media Facebook page and Instagram, and so it's Atlanta Dermatology and Aesthetics, and it's Dr. Samaya Telefero.
All right, y'all give them a round of applause. Natasha, Pierre, and Dr.
Telefero.
There you go.
Dr. T.
Thank you, Brad. Y'all keep fighting a good fight out there, y'all.
Natasha, Pierre, McCarthy.
Thank you so much for coming. Craig, what you got next?
Man, coming up next in the hip